rush. I'll let you finish, y'all. Flock of diamonds, I can promise I'm being honest. This being modest. I am your highness. I am the finest. You rappers, plus you a liar. Don't idolize and I don't admire. Been doing me for like ever. I'm a better me, more clever. It's a new way. We surfing, baby, new age. That's for certain, baby. Let's take a ride. Put your for the ones that die. It's last tonight. Just you and I get lost tonight. Then lose your mind. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Today we have an exciting matchup between two teams looking to perform on a big stage. It's the Eagles going up against the Cowboys.
All right, we appreciate it, Larry. It's our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as they're battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And right away, he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
And, Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
Elliott, and some room to maneuver. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
Three yards to go on 2nd down. They go to Elliott again. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Elliott a 1st down and more. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Drops it underneath. Elliott. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
1st and goal from the 5. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Now Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. Bailey now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
Going for the deep ball. Now the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 15 of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Bailey now to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 10 yards still left on 2nd down. Shotgun now for Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. An Eagle first down there. Wentz to Ertz, and the names that end in TZ. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Looking from the gun, Wentz. This complete left side to Aguilar. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Fresh set of downs here. Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. So you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Geno Atkins. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Now Wentz on 3rd down. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the 1st half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the 1st half.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. So they pick up the 1st down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And it's grabbed by Crockett Gilmore. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
That throw has to be a quarterback's dream, doesn't it? Big tight end, curling in the middle of the field, just great sight lines for him. And when they show their numbers back to the quarterback, when they sit down right there, that should be pitch and catch.
Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter. And a new set of downs here after picking up the 1st on the ground. Prescott now. Steps away to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
That one complete. Elliott. It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
A second down throw for Prescott. To Mixon on the check down. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a first and goal. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Here's Elliott. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. He loses 5 full yards to bring up 4th.
Brandon, I believe that they were in 4-down territory, and that's what they were thinking. But after the loss, I've got to kick the field goal. No way I'm going to go for it in this situation. But you know some of these coaches, they're extremely unpredictable, and they may go ahead and press it.
So they get 3. They were hoping for 6, an unlucky number 13 play drive.
Well, you go to the sideline after putting 3 points on the board, happy, but you wanted to be ecstatic. You wanted to have 6 on the board. On the opposite sideline, though, the defense, I think they're high-fiving each other, only giving up 3 after letting them run that much offense.
The Eagles' offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to be marked down deep in Dallas territory. It's a big play there for the Eagles. 65 yards. They run with Ajayi. And they'll get to him just inside the 15, even after that strong run we witnessed. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the first down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
And they'll go Wentz to Blunt here. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. On second down, here's Wentz. This will be caught just inside the 10. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. Wentz now on 3rd and goal. They'll roll him out right. And this is going to be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And the kick by Elliott is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. Well, their offense has struggled for sure, but they get the field goal here and at least get on the board before half.
And that's not something we should underestimate, because just getting points on the board can sometimes have a settling effect on a team. Helps them start their comeback.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it?
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning them into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing, because the reaction to those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
As they began this last drive, things weren't exactly looking up for this offense. But after what they just did, putting the ball in the end zone, that took them away from the brink of possibly being knocked out of this game.
And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. Elliott now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs, so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
He hasn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side, but for lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
3rd and short yardage. Prescott. He completes it to Bryant. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Prescott looks to throw on first. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling could lead to no yards gained.
They'll run here with Mixon. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
Completes it to the rookie from North Carolina, Ryan Switzer. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see. From the red zone now, Prescott. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. And Bailey able to knock it through. So we've hit halftime on Turkey Day here in Dallas. As we send you on over to Orlando, where we'll check in with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Prescott now on second down. And Bryant's got it over the middle. Prescott finding his big receiver Bryant there for a Cowboy first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Right side catch, Gilmore. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. The Cowboys on third down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Prescott now from the 50. And that is incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. Wentz now on 1st down. Flush to his right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. Ertz has it left side. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
Play fake to Blunt. Now it's Wentz. Flushed out right. And that's caught inside the 35. That goes for a gain of 31.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They're down here in the 3rd quarter, trying to get something going to the outside there. Didn't work out, though.
Yeah, and from the cheap seats and from where you and I are sitting, we did pay a pretty good price to get in here, right? You often wonder to yourself, why do you make that type of a call? That one went for no gain. But I think this offense thinks to itself, if we keep running these plays, eventually something may pop. It just didn't on that one.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And he's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. You know, the man on our cover, John Madden, so synonymous with these Thanksgiving Day games. He was on TV for these from, I think, 81 to 01, giving out the Turkey Leg Award and turducken he always talked about. Special when you got a guy going off like this. I think he would be a good recipient of the Turkey Leg Award.
Well, he's definitely already worked on that leg. Is it possible he could end up getting the whole turkey?
Yeah, give him a thigh,
or the whole turducken. And it's really great that you mentioned Coach Madden, because Everyone knows him from this. Everyone knows him from the broadcast booth. Remember, he won a Super Bowl as a head coach in Oakland.
Yep, he did indeed. But right now, we are watching maybe one of those turkey leg performances with his second touchdown there. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Second down, Prescott. Over the middle, complete. That's Bryant. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. A first down carry by Elliott. And he is going to feel that one. Knocked down hard. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Bryant. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down. Again, it's Mixon. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And an alley to run. And he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he's got room. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
His throw caught right around the 6. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything.
And Dez has got it. Dez Bryant for the Cowboy touchdown. Dez Bryant, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And it's up and good. Bailey now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Preston Brown coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. Shotgun now for Wentz. Broken tackle, eluding the pressure right. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. And with a 3rd and 14, we have 6 defensive backs out there now defensively. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. And that is incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Again, it's Elliott. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the 4th.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give him some breathing room and lets him build up a little cushion.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know.
And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Jalen Smith in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Working from the gun, Wentz. This complete left side to Aguilar. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
Now Wentz, got to have this one. He's going to look deep down the field. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. And now here come the Cowboys. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They come out here in the eye. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. Dancing to his left. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. The offense on 3rd down, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and goal. Here's Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
So it's an old-school extra point, but certainly a disappointment that they couldn't get 6.
Yeah, when you see 19-yard field goal in the box score, you kind of shake your head. But their head coach decided 3 was enough.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Here's Ajayi. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. He's fumbled already once, Charles. I'm not going to say that that was in his mind there, but I'm sure that during some of these plays he is mindful of it.
And once you fumble the ball, you know what your team tells you and your coaching staff? Take care of it rest of the game. And that does get in your mind a little bit, and sometimes that slows down your effort in trying to get free from tacklers.
And the defenders know it too. They sniff that out, don't they?
Everybody wants to swarm the football. You know what the rule is. First guy hold up the runner. Everyone else try and get there and strip the ball free.
They run again with a Ajayi. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. And that one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game. Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Oh, yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. He'll buy some time right. They find some open field here. And he's going to be marked down deep in Dallas territory. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. From the red zone now, Wentz. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. This is caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll try to run with Ajayi. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Jay Ajayi with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles get a score closer. Well, they knew a lot of steps had to happen here. They got step 1, the touchdown. You need a 2-point conversion here, don't you?
You do, and as you continue to look ahead, if you're able to get that, somehow get the ball back and get another score, they have to go for 2 again. That's why teams are practicing multiple 2-point plays.
We saw that in Super Bowl 51 with the Patriots getting a pair of big 2-point conversions. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Blunt will get the football. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Elliott now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Only one timeout defensively, so this should just be a simple kneel down.
I agree totally. I looked at my time management chart. It says take a knee, victory formation. They just have one timeout left. And that should be all she wrote.
By the way, it's a good thing you can read that because nobody else can.
Not with my chicken scratch. Not at all.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Cowboys, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, their luck may have run out as they fall to 4-7 now in the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin on EA Sports. For more, log on to EA Sports.